dangerous.
Bad feeling about this.
You don't seem to understand something.
The thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world.
What's up? What's up? It's your boy Humble Dad back with another edition of Humble Dad Podcast. Got a good one for you. How do I know? God told me. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be talking about men should boycott, and we're going to leave it open for context, and we're going to talk about what men should boycott or if they should boycott. And got a great panel this evening. And the first question that we're going to start with is, do you have a catchphrase you say all the time? If so, what is it? And we're going to start with the Miss Lady Ash. What's up, Miss Ash?
Hello. I don't like being first.
I know. That's why I put you on first. Yes,
I was
sir.
trying to think of something that I do say all the time. Oh, not today.
Ah, that's the clever one.
Yeah, that would be the clever one if I'm not talking to my children, because it used to be boom right on that.
What is that? Boom right on that?
Yeah, boom right on that.
That had to be you. You didn't hear that nowhere.
Yes, I did. Actually, if you go back and watch, we would just watch it. Talking Dirty After Dark. It's an older movie. Old. The guy name is Roach, and he's down. He's playing cards and he winning, and that's what he's like. Boom, right on that.
Oh my God, that sounds so cheesy, but hey,
I was like, you know what? When these kids get on my nerves, and when I write about something, that's what I'm gonna use, and they hate it because I'm right. Boom, right on that.
Oh my gosh! Hey, listen, we gonna.
It worked.
Your first one, okay. I don't even know what. Okay, boom.
I don't know why you play with me. I said I told you.
That's a bit. Hey, welcome to the stage, Mr. Tyson.
What's going on? Good to be back.
Hey, absolutely, man. Appreciate you being here on short notice. Really appreciate that.
Hey, no pun intended.
That's so, what you got on the question?
Yeah, man. I got two of them, if that's cool.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so I always say this. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay. Yeah.
That's
like life insurance.
Yeah, nah.
No,
I mean, yeah, but no. But that's a good one though. Yeah. But that second one, pressure is a privilege.
Interesting. Explain that.
Yeah.
Pressure is a privilege?
Pressure is a privilege, yes, sir. Yeah, man. You know how when it comes to pressure, man, we tend to shy away from pressure. But you know, as the cliche goes, pressure creates diamonds. So anything that comes out of us, it had to been formulated from pressure. So it's really a privilege to go through pressure because it creates the true essence of who we really are. You feel me? So,
okay, you off into that James 1.
That James 1?
Yeah, go read it. Go read it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring these other people up. You
already.
That's what you're talking about. Hey, welcome to the stage, Mr. Lost in Translation.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I am well. Better than I deserve.
Better than
That's right.
What you got?
My catchphrase is, I don't have to cheat you to beat you.
What you playing?
It don't matter. It don't matter. That's my catchphrase. I don't have to cheat you to beat you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people like to try to rely on manipulation to gain some type of advantage. I don't need an advantage. I'm smart enough to work my way around everything. I pride myself on being a world-class problem solver. You give it to me long enough, I'll figure out how to fix it. That's what I
People
do.
try to
So
take
I just-
advantage, but you are the advantage.
that's right. I'm him. I said my pronouns is I am he who is.
What? I am he who is.
I am he.
I am he who is.
I am he. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
right.
am that I am. So that's another one. Okay, I got you.
That's right.
That's what's up. This is going to be good tonight. And welcome to the stage, none other than the great Prototype.
What's good? What's good?
Chilling, man. How you doing, bro?
Living the dream, you know.
As always.
So yeah, that's one of them.
That's it. Hey, absolutely. Yeah.
That's one of them. So, I mean, it depends on what I'm doing. So living the dream is definitely one.
Yeah.
If I'm talking to my kids, it's not rocket science. That's something I say to the kids all the time.
Yeah.
And then if I'm in the gym, is my bad for this, but it's don't be no bitch.
Man, listen, that's a slogan that needs to be said more often. For sure. For sure. We're gonna welcome to the stage Mr. Dwayne in the building. What's up?
Yo. Am I on mute?
No,
you clear, man.
You good today, bro. Hey, so the question of the evening is what's your catchphrase? That might be the first one. Do you have a catchphrase that you say all the time, and what is it?
Oh, it's complicated.
You do say that.
It's complicated.
You do say that. Where'd you get that from?
Nah, you can really say it on anything, really.
Exactly. You know, I'm the relationship status on Facebook. It's complicated, but it's not about relationship. It's about situations.
Situationships.
Yeah, there you go.
I think I have a lot of them. Obviously, mine is deuces. I've been saying deuces for a long time. I also say we out here, because that's what I am. Like I'm not in the streets like other people, but because I'm in education, I get to see a lot of things that most people don't get to see. And these kids, they are very much a product of their parents' environment. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. I'm out here. So and several others, but we'll talk about those maybe later in the day. So let's get started. How y'all feeling?
Good.
All right. So what did y'all think about the title? What was your first thought process when it posted said men should boycott? Just give a small synopsis, if you will, on your perspective. We'll start with you, Tyson.
Man, I thought we were back in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, are we boycotting the popos? I mean, what we boycotting? You know, it's not often that men are known for boycotting. So when I
you broke up.
Went out.
Oh, I broke up?
Yeah, man. You doing the same thing you did
You
before.
got a delay.
Oh, no, don't tell me
You gotta
that,
increase
man.
the
I'm on a
internet
whole
speed,
computer
my
and
brother.
everything.
That's what happens in Houston.
That's a lie.
on,
Don't
man.
do that.
Yeah, I gotta leave the Houston stuff alone.
I know where.
man.
All right, cool. You're fine.
Love that
Ash,
shit.
what about you? What was your thoughts?
The same thing Tyson said. What y'all boycotting?
Mhm.
Because I can't really. I mean, if you boycott, you doing it. But every now and again, that little dusty one gonna go over there for the little ratchet. So I'm trying to figure out what y'all boycott.
The dusty gonna go over there for the ratchet. Okay,
That is
cool.
true.
What was your thought, Dwayne?
Yeah, no, I was just saying the same thing.
That the dusty's gonna go over there for the ratchet?
No, that too. But yes, I was. Yeah. Hey, they go the bottom feeders. But yeah, I was thinking about what are we boycotting? Boycotting what? Because there's certain things that we should and should not boycott. So
okay. Prototype.
I just thought about what we wasn't boycotting, and that's the yams. So I'm like, I'm not thinking about what you're like, men should we not boycotting yams. Like that's not what we're doing. So I don't know where we're going with this. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What we're trying to accomplish here.
That's simple enough. Lost in translation. What's your thought?
I was thinking about boycotting the disrespect of the man. You know what I mean? My whole thing is every time you look up, there's a commercial or TV show where they show the man as some bumbling fool or somebody who's not respected in his home and his community. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about the Bud Light commercials, you know what I'm saying? And men just say, we've had enough. And they told when Gillette told men you should be better, men stopped shaving and grew beards. You know what I'm saying? Anytime business comes together to put men in their place, I think men should boycott them and let them know we're gonna push back and you're not gonna talk to us and take our money. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take our money somewhere else. So anytime somebody comes up with they wanted to portray us as less than men, then guess what? We're not spending our money and we're not gonna do business with you. And we hope you go out of business.
Okay, all right. So that really falls in line with I can transition to the first question, right? And what makes a boycott successful? What makes a boycott successful? As one person said that haven't seen men do it a lot. However, there have been a collection of individuals that have done it. So as I give you think time, what makes a boycott successful? And we'll start with prototype, and then you can choose who goes next, bro.
I I don't have many examples other than what the Budweiser boycott, right? Like that was a successful boycott. When you attack when you attack your customer base uh for gender equality, or you know what I mean, to be woke per se, right? I think what families are doing at Disney, the fact that Disney's value is plummeting, I think that's a solid boycott. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going after the parents. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be woke, and essentially, people are investing in the product because they feel it's safe for their family. It's a good idea for the family, right? And they're basically attacking the idea of what a nuclear family is. So that's a successful boycott. So that would be my idea of what makes a boycott successful is when you can go against. I mean, those are wins, right? So uh, let's go with Dwayne.
Yeah, I'd say what makes it successful. For me, I know during the whole COVID thing, some people might not be for this, but during the whole COVID thing, I couldn't stand masks, right? I couldn't stand that. So any store that kicked me out because I go in there without a mask, balls dragging on the floor and everything. And hey, if you're gonna kick me out, you're gonna kick me out. But I guarantee any store that kicked me out and told me I had to go, I have still not to this day been in there. Just for that reason, because I didn't. It's for me. Whenever I saw the masks on the door saying no mask, no service, or just just a mask, you can't come in. I looked at the same concept as whenever it said whites only or no blacks. I looked at it just like that, and I wasn't standing for it. So I try to, from a principle standpoint, I'm like, hey, if it's that easy for y'all to discriminate against people, then guess what? I'm gonna choose to discriminate against y'all. And discrimination is not a bad thing either. Oh, come on with it, Tyson.
All right, I think I fixed it. Y'all let me know. I'm good. Okay, cool. Appreciate it, Lost. Man, I'm gonna give y'all just a real basic answer, man. Whatever the foundation of the boycott is, if the result of it produces the desired results, then that's a successful boycott. Straight up. All the examples that y'all just named, great examples. I'll go back to what's that, 2020. There's a lot of things that we were boycotting back in 2020, and it produced a lot of the same type of unison, you know what I'm saying, between our cultures. So, I think ultimately if it can bring together unity amongst the people, then that's a successful boycott, regardless of whatever the desired result is. If it brings togetherness, then that's successful.
Okay. Got you.
Okay.
Who you got going next?
I'm gonna go with H Town. Let's go, Ash.
Okay, mine is real simple because I agree with everybody. To me, is a boycott is when everybody stay on the same bandwagon, nobody waver. Because that's the thing I don't understand about the marching. Because the marching, you get tired, you get hungry, but if you stop going outside, you don't buy markers, you don't buy T-shirts. If you hit them in the pocket, baby, that's gonna get somebody attention. We do things kind of for the attention and get the wrong results. My thing is, hey, when these holidays come up, don't go buy nothing. You can hear me better if I'm not spending money, because everybody know Black folks love to spend money. So if I keep my money to myself, or if I withdraw all the money out the bank every time I get paid on payday and nothing is bought, that's an action. You're gonna hear me because you're gonna try to figure out what's going on, why the money leaving and not staying like it normally was. But I just think when we boycott, we need to stay that way, not waver, not say, okay, it's time to go back in and see what they got. No, boycott, let them come to us. That's the way I feel about it. Lost in translation, right? You didn't go yet?
No, I didn't go. You know what? Humble that I'm from the state of boycotting, the great state of Alabama. That's where it all started, man. And if I know anything about a boycott, a good boycott has a manifesto. You know what I'm saying? And it has to have a unified goal. And it also has to have support too. A lot of times people, when they thought about the Montgomery bus boycott, what people didn't realize is that even though those people didn't get on the bus, they still didn't spend money, but they also had other people that were there to support them to help them get to where they have to get to. What people don't realize is that they're out of necessity came success. There was a bus company. I forgot what state it's located about. I did some research on it. It was an all-black bus company. It was like one of the world's largest black-owned bus companies. And those bus companies were actually born out of a necessity to take care of black people, because in the South, they made us, ride in the back of the bus. But so we was like, we're not having that. So out of that came, the necessity to have our own large bus company. So my thing is this: a successful boycott must have a manifesto, and it also must have support for those who are actually participating in the boycott. It's on you, Humble Dad.
Yo, Lost, when you say support, what do you mean by that? When you say support?
Well, here's the thing. If you say, for instance, in the example with the Montgomery boycott, those people, they relied on the bus to get where they have to get to. But at the same time, there also were other people who use other means of transportation to help those people get where they need to get to so they can still live their lives. Some people walked. Some people had other means of getting to where they had to get to, whether they borrowed a car, whether they carpooled, because everybody didn't have a car back then. So those people were in place and said, hey, if you need to go somewhere, we'll borrow the church bus, you know what I mean, to take you where you need to go. And then what happened was those people saved up enough money where they had their own buses. So that was like, well, we don't need your buses. We'll spend our money elsewhere. So what happened was those people realized is that, hey, black people were spending a whole lot of money with them. I guess we better start treating them like regular paying customers, or we're going to go out of business. Because what happens is nothing says going out of business than your competition. And once they started seeing that other people had competition, it was like, come on, y'all, we'll let y'all sit where you need to sit. And they just going to have to get over it. And I think that's what happens a lot of times in regular competition. You have to have support for those who are actually fighting for your cause. You just can't have people out here suffering and just to be suffering. You know what I mean? You got to have some type of support to help those people who are helping your cause. And that's what I meant by having support, other means of transportation to help people get to the places they need to get to.
That's what's up. I would add to that a successful boycott means that behaviors have changed in your favor. I remember, I think I was in the 7th grade when the teachers had a strike here in Dallas, and they just walked out, and I had substitutes and things of that nature. Well, there had to be some type of change because my grades changed to being accurate once they came back. Because when they was gone, I ain't do nothing and got a 70. When they got back, I had a 50. You know what I'm saying? For showing science class, right? But something had to change. I don't know if it was money. Well, I would imagine it was probably money and things that, to do with the productivity of being a teacher. But things changed, right? There be the schools, the public schools, the government, they changed their disposition in favor of teachers at that particular point in time. So hopefully you kind of catch the drift where we're going to be going here in a few moments. So with that particular part of what y'all talking about boycott, then my next question, we're going to kind of intertwine them to a degree, but we're going to separate them separated for now. I think we've talked about this before, but I want to get it on record again. What is the value of a man? What is the value of a man? Okay, and we're going to start with Dwayne.
Appreciate that. I'll say first off, security, leadership, guidance, protection.
That's it?
I'll go with those.
Okay, then you know you got to say who's going next.
Ash, come on with it. Yeah.
Y'all make me sick. I know I should have went to bed. Okay, value of a man. I know nothing. Let's see. I'm gonna go with character. I'm gonna go with stability. I'm gonna go with a little knowledge. I'm gonna go with that one because this morning I did look like an a-hole out there letting the air out my tire at 3:00 in the morning. So yeah, I'm gonna go with knowledge. Those are gonna be mine right there.
Wait a minute.
I was half asleep. Look, I was trying to get the word.
Wait a minute. So that was a dude. That was the dude helping you with your tire?
No, it was me. It was all me. It was nobody helping me.
Oh, okay.
I was it's 3:00 in the morning, baby.
Oh, but you needed a man that had knowledge about tires.
Wake up and realize when it say E1, don't keep pushing because you're ready to go. Yeah, see the idiocy when you're trying to be independent. Because my homeboy talk bad about me, like, yeah, you out there being independent, but you ain't got no air pump. Yeah, chopped it up in your head, and you got kids. I said, you know what? Mind your business. Mind your business.
Well, he would have been minding his business, but you told him about
it. Here you go. You have a brain for it. It's early in the morning. I'm trying to get to work, baby. That tire, that's all right, because it's gone now, baby. I ain't gonna play with no tire. It's too cold outside.
Okay, so men are good for knowledge.
No. It's not good for knowledge because everybody don't know how to work the air pump still. I'm just saying they should be knowledgeable more than thou.
Okay.
And then financial more than thou, because I do get a little ignorant with the finances too. Okay. And character, like how you mingle with your people, how you differ. Like, do you shape shift to fit in with this group? Do you turn your back and start talking about them to fit in this group? Something like that. I'm just gonna keep it very light, and I'm gonna go with Tyson.
Yes, I'm gonna say men, the type of value that we bring, we bring foundational truths to the world, right? We are the ones that bring direction. We're the ones that bring instruction, and we bring order. And that's what makes men, or the value of men, dangerous, because, not to be sexist, but if it came down to any type of emergency, society, they're going to follow men to get through whatever the emergency is. And that's not to down talk women at all, right? But the type of value that a man brings is what Dwayne mentioned, that leadership, and it starts foundationally. There's a reason why God, he gave Adam the instruction first before he even gave any type of instruction to Eve. You know what I'm saying? Adam was the foundation before the woman came. So I'm not going to get too deep into that subject, but foundation is what we bring to the table. And that ultimately is value. With that being said,
value. Okay. You going with
foundation
who?
is value. Yes, sir. Lost in translation. What you got, my man?
The value of a man is many things. First of all, strength. You know what I mean? That is a key cornerstone of being a man, is being strong. Number two, ingenuity. A man has to be able to solve problems. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of being a man. You know what I mean? Also, a man brings emotional stability because he is not easily swayed by his circumstances. You see what I'm saying? Also, a man brings creativity because if you know, most things are born from dreams, and men are dreamers because they build things out of necessity. If they see where there's a need to have something built, they will build it from scratch. Men are natural dreamers. That's exactly what they do. And they also execute. So there is a lot of things that men they bring along with wisdom, because wisdom without action is useless. You know what I mean? And action without wisdom is useless. So men have an uncanny ability to wield both of those to get things done. Also, with that, men also will grace and mercy because they can give that because they have power. You see what I'm saying? So there's several things that make up a man at value. And I think a lot of times these things get lost in translation, so to speak, because people don't take the time out to actually know what they have when they have it around them. You know what I mean? There are many people who specialize in different things. You have guys who are specialized in music. You have guys who are specialized in engineering. You have guys who are specialized in farming, mathematics, accounting. You know what I mean? Men have the ability to specialize in a certain thing and become a master of it. And also, men teach. A lot of times people don't think of men as teachers, but men are the original teachers, the original philosophers, the original architects. You see what I'm saying? So those are some of the things I think people don't think about when they think about men, because they rarely take time out to actually talk to a man. And most people really don't sit down and listen to a man talk. They've heard a man moan, they've heard a man groan, but they've never heard a man speak. So if you sit down with somebody long enough, you'll understand exactly what you're dealing with, what went into the making of that man. So a man is many things, and some of those are just a short list. I can go on forever, but I'm going to go ahead and go to Prototype and go ahead and let him weigh in on this one.
So, to piggyback off what you just said, man, is we still are the teachers. We still are the philosophers. We still are the architects, right? That hasn't gone away. I think a lot of us don't take initiatives in our home that way. You know what I mean? So like we'll do that out in the world, right? We'll be managers and teach somebody at the job. We'll teach somebody the skill set, but we won't do it. I think we're forgetting to do it at home in today's time, right? So it's like the value of a man though still is I always use the men are a company analogy. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, every company does something different, right? So and your value is, how it is on the stock market. You know what I mean? Either you're a good company, bad company. You could have zero value. You could have, you know what I'm saying? You could be Tesla, you could be Amazon, right? It's all up to you on what your values to be. But it really comes back to um being the teacher, the philosophers, you know what I mean? The ones who're supposed to guide the community. You know what I'm saying? The leaders of the community. This is what we're doing. This is what we're moving. This is how we're protecting. You know what I mean? I think we leave too much of that on women, and women like I don't want it either. So
Okay. Anybody have something to add to that?
Yeah, let me just point out, fathers, right? Like, there's a certain type of attribute that fathers bring, right? But not just fathers, just men in general, and that is influence. That's an underrated value that we as men bring to the table, because we can really will other people to do our bidding, right? And that bidding could be evil, that bidding could be righteous, it could be good, it could be bad. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your professional life, especially if you're a manager or you're a boss or CEO or anything, right? Like, the influence that you could bring to a team to get them to be successful, it falls on you, right? Now, women can do the same thing, right? Women can do the same thing. But in terms of really, let's say, going to war, right? If I'm about to go to war and I'm talking about like real life war, I'm going to listen to a general. And again, no disrespect to women. I feel like I got to keep prefixing that because it's 2023. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry, Ash, but I
We
would
don't
rather
give preferences over here, and Ash don't care.
All right, there it is. I would rather listen to the man that's the general, the lieutenant, whoever's leading that war versus a woman, because I know that this man is going to bring a certain type of value, a certain type of strategy based on the way we are wired, the way we think. You know what I'm saying? We're really logical, and we're going to use that logic to bring about influence. And once that influence is there, man, you got an unstoppable force that's going to move in a direction that's going to promote change. So the value within that alone is valuable.
But it's not underrated or undervalued. Like I think you're hanging around too many women, right, who don't necessarily see what our value is, and it's not up to them to say what's valuable or not, right? Like an employee is not going to tell the company what the value is. You know what I'm saying? So don't say it's not, because we still value that trait. You know what I'm saying? And it's a huge reason why I use the term. This is why pimps are bad. You know what I mean? Because as a man, you have that ability to persuade and do, get people to do whatever you want, and either you get them to do what's right or what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's, to win, get out Dwayne. This is why I'm not a fan of David.
No,
you're not a fan of David?
Nah.
King David to you.
King David.
Go ahead, Dwayne.
Oh man, no, I appreciate your take, Tyson, because I've been thinking about that, because as y'all were going on about the the value, I was thinking, valuable to who? And I know y'all have heard the saying, don't let the devil use you, right? So there's many men and women out here that are valuable to the devil. I think about social media influencers, the new job title out there, social media influencers, right? There are many people out there that are influencing our youth to do things that are against their best interest, right? And they're being used in order to do that, because there's a book called Political Ponerology, and basically ponerology is the study of wickedness, or the study of evil, and in that, they talk about spellbinders, or people that are able to cast spells with their words and having other people repeat it. And that's how you keep that binding effect, where you could spread a lie and you can just keep that binding effect on it, because you have many people repeating that same lie. So we have many social media influencers now that are being used by the devil. I'm gonna put it straight up, being used by the devil in order to make the devil's lies much more, or the people using the devil's lies, spinning the devil's lies, much more valuable to the devil. And in that, in turn, from a societal standpoint, we're being screwed, because many people are turning themselves over, making themselves available to that. So I appreciate that take, because yes, it is valuable to who, and then also influence. As for influential to what?
That's good. That's good. Okay, so that made me think of a question. So I'm gonna have to transition from the other question that I had. But then, if that's the case, who has more influence, men or women? Let's talk on it. Anybody can go.
Yo, did you already have that question teed up, or what?
He had to
No,
pivot.
I didn't.
He had to
That's
pivot.
wild.
I pivot. Yeah.
Okay.
I had a different
Wow.
question, but because I'm going somewhere,
Well,
I don't
check
know
this
if
out.
everybody know where I'm going.
Everybody, let's say it at the same time. Men, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say women.
I was gonna say, depending on who's targeted, who you trying to target.
Okay, so each person
It
got to
don't
tell a
matter.
story.
It don't
Check
matter.
this out.
Yes, it does matter in my eye, because
Okay, go ahead, Ashley. Then we go Tyson. Then we go Proto.
We got the argue prototype. That's our thing now. That come on with it. But the reason why I say the influence, men or women, it depends on who you're trying to target. Because everybody has a hidden agenda now. Because that's the new thing that's been taught. It's new law. Sit down, calm down, okay? Just calm down. Work with me now. Not against me. Yeah. See, you got an agenda right now. You're going against me. I don't like it. But depending on who the person is, they may have an agenda to get to another step that you don't see. They like chess or checkers. Anyone, there's a hidden agenda that you don't see. Not saying everyone that comes and destroy. We're not going there. But I'm just saying what is taught today, piggybacking off what Dwayne's saying, is there's a hidden agenda and we don't know what it is. We just falling in line. I'm just saying we, because I speak general, and sometimes I do fall in line with the agenda with my ratchet music. That's the agenda. To play it, pump it loud enough, get the kids on board, and then they start hearing, see, the type of agenda. But again, men or women, it just depends. Because if you're trying to get this type of man on board, what we was talking about last week, the Instagram models, you got them all dressed up, the whole mongers, you got them ready. You put them on them so you can get their view. Then if you got women over here, okay, you get the dope boy status. Not the actual dope boy, but you get the dope boy status, the one that looked like he got it. So you got them. So to me, it's just who your audience. Because if I want you, I'm gonna get you. That's the way I look at it with the influence.
Tight. So what you got?
No, I don't disagree with her take, but it goes along with the take that I was going to say that women, they have more influence because men tend to bend to their will based on the influence that they do bring. I mean, you think about powerful people that have walked this earth. A lot of men have failed to the influence of women. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be good or bad, right? You think about Bill Clinton. You know what I'm saying? Monica Lewinsky. That was an influence. You feel me? This is the most powerful man in the world. And he was influenced to lose status. You heard me? You think about Samson and Delilah. This was the most powerful dude in the land. And he was influenced by this woman. Even though he brought influence himself. Bill Clinton brought influence himself. I've brought influence to the masses. But when it comes to the detriment or the influence that a woman can bring to a man, whether that be good or bad, it's extremely easy for a man to follow that, because they just naturally have that influence about them. There's a reason why God called them the helpmate, because they're supposed to help you along the way. They're supposed to help you along to accomplish your vision. But you can't help a man if you don't have influence. So my answer would be women.
So my answer would be men, because everything starts. Was you supposed to go, Dwayne?
No, he going
Okay,
after you. And
Right.
then
So it will be men, because everything starts with men, right? Like everything it starts with the man and trickles down. Oh, if a woman it can influence you, she now sees you as weak. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not it's women being influential to men. Yeah, they can kind of persuade just a little bit, but they don't. Like I said, they don't even want the job themselves. Like, can they have power over men? They could. You know what I'm saying? If they know how to really use it, right? But they don't. You're thinking women. You understand women's power, and you're thinking it. You're using it in your head like a man, but she's still a woman and uses it like a woman and thinks like a woman. So they don't use it the right way. The influence comes from the man. Women are inspired and do things for the men. They are the helpmeet. You know what I'm saying? So in turn, they're influenced by the man.
Ooh, yo, hey, listen, I'm going somewhere. Go ahead, Dwayne.
All right. So I'd have to say it's twofold. We should be influenced by each other, and in that regard, that we, for example, as for
Dwayne, yeah, I hate to be rude.
Oh no, please.
The question was, who has more influence, not who should. It is right now. It's who has more influence. Men.
So with that, men have more influence, but to say that, I don't want to negate the influence that women play. And with that, especially with that, men become, or not can be, men are more dynamic whenever they have a good woman to be able to influence them. So Tyson, what you touched on was the law of attraction. So men's has charisma, women has seduction. So the way that works is they're able to extract the power from men through seduction, and as for men, women look for men with charisma. So in that turn, I look at it from our children's standpoint, right? So the HD, you say the stat all the time about children do better off when they're raised in by a single dad rather than two, but whenever it's only one, to your more, who's more. So either the male or the female, then the man will do better statistically raising a child by himself. So with that, I then look at it from the standpoint of what both then has to offer. So that's to the child. But then if it's in a relationship between a man and a woman, I then see that they both can glean from each other, and especially the man, because the whole, as for the meaning of helpmate, is making someone stronger than they ever can be without them. So whenever the woman comes alongside of a man, she's able to extract certain things from him that he cannot extract from himself, or no one else can extract from him but that woman. So that's the purpose of it. So yes, it's more as for the man, but then it's better together.
I got you. Lost in translation. It's on you, man.
I'm going to say men, and I'm going to tell you why. Men have the ability to enforce consequences. Women don't. And I'm going to give you some examples. If you think about it, this country is ran mostly by men. Guys who build nuclear weapons, they negotiate, you know what I'm saying? They know not to do certain things. You know what I mean? You know for a fact that men have influence because all it takes is just one consequence. Hey, you don't want to do this? I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? And you really can't negotiate with somebody who can't defend themselves. And that's the reason why I say men. Also, once you think about it, who you have to ask yourself another question: who is more easily influenced, men or women? I'll give you an example. I think it was in 1930s and 1942, the De Beers Corporation coined a term that people live by to this day, and the term is diamonds are forever. You see what I'm saying? So what happened was women ran with that and said, you know what? You're supposed to give up 2 months of your salary if you love me. You see what I'm saying? That was created, whatever the new number is, 4 or 5. So I've heard some women say 2 and 3 years. I don't know how you're going to live without, 2, 3 years of your own money to buy a piece of rock out of the ground. But my thing is this: advertising and marketing come mainly from men, and it's very creative. It's very manipulative. If you, like I say, when I grew up in the 70s, that's all I heard. Virginia Slim commercials. You deserve it. You deserve a break today. You know what I'm saying? We've come a long way, baby. All of that stuff was created by men to influence women. And
Every
the
kiss
newfound
begins
money.
with K.
Yeah, every kiss begins. I worked at K. I used to sell diamond rings to unsuspecting men who were actually going to buy their women diamond rings that they really did not need. Because for some strange reason, they thought that if I buy this ring, it shows that I love her more. But the thing about it is, it was a man who sold it to him. It was me. You know what I'm saying? I had folks I had to feed. You know what I mean? So my thing is this: when it comes to creative marketing, when it comes to influence, and when it comes to getting people to do things, we can always point to history. We can look at Martin Luther King Jr. You know what I mean? He led bus boycotts and all type of other stuff. Malcolm X, he was another one. You know what I'm saying? And the list goes on and on and on. And those people galvanize people to influence others. You know what I mean? Think about it. Martin Luther King had a speech. I had a dream. Everybody grew up knowing that Martin Luther King had a dream. Did anybody ask Coretta Scott King, did she have a dream? No, they did not. You see what I'm saying? Now, a lot of women like to say that behind every great man, there's a great woman. But I assure you, the influence comes from the man, because men have the ability to enact consequences. And that's the reason why men have the ability to influence more than women, if you think about it.
Can we dig into that statement? Because I fell into the loophole of believing that. Right. I went to church one time, and the pastor told this story about how him and his the mayor and his wife was riding to a ball dressed up. They stopped at a gas station, and her ex-boyfriend was pumping gas. So the story goes, the mayor looks at her, it was like, ain't that your boy out there pumping that gas? And she's like, yeah, so and he's like, well, aren't you glad you married me instead of him? And she's like, no, because if I would have married him, he would be the mayor and you would be pumping gas, right? So I'm thinking, like being young and impressionable, I'm like, man, behind a good man, you need a good woman. But they don't take up that space. How these parables or whatever you want to call them, suggest. You don't meet them like that. You know what I mean? It just don't happen. So how much influence do they really have? I'm just saying it's just not realistic.
Most of that prototype is borrowed grace and experience from other people's work. You know what I mean? I'll give an example. Some women who have multiple kids by multiple baby daddies, they would leverage the single mom thing. I'm going through a lot. I'm a single mom, this, that, and the other, and mothers are good. You know what I'm saying? And we know for a fact all mothers ain't good, just like all fathers ain't good. But they would leverage being a single mom as it is a tool to virtue signal to issue some type of grace or some type of influence. You see what I'm saying? But if you stick around long enough and you understand exactly why that's not always the same, people will like to borrow somebody else's fame, so to speak. You know what I mean? You can't do that. You have to earn what you get along the way. And people like to borrow other people's fame all the time. And I think sometimes when women say, you know what, behind every man is a great woman, that's not always true. Now, I can show you and point to you many times behind the downfall of every man is a woman. I can point to that way more than I can point to, you know what I mean? Behind every great man is a great woman. You see what I'm saying? Because I can point to.
Forgot a word. I think
I'm telling you, there's way more instances in women causing men downfall. Matter of fact, in Proverbs 31, it says, "Do not give your strength to women." That came from a woman talking to her son. You see what I'm saying? So if a mom tells her son, don't give your strength to women, that is a sign. You see what I'm saying? She has to arm her son. And that's with anything else. So knowing full well, she said it'll bring down kings. So she was speaking, if you're going to be a king, you're going to have to know what's good and what's not good. Here are a list of things of a virtuous woman that you are to look for. And the thing about it is so rare. They made light of it. They said, who can find a virtuous woman? Because her value was above pearls and rubies. You see what I'm saying? So that lets you know that it is extremely rare that a good woman is hard to find. And when you do get one, then that actually helps to your advantage. But since it is so rare, that means the opposite is true. That means men have the influence and not the women in that particular situation.
Lost. Can a good woman listen to ratchet music? Ask, I'm just playing.
You know what? I'm gonna put it to you like this. Yes, they can. as long as she's not out being ratchet, she can enjoy whatever it is she wants to enjoy.
What an interesting statement. So you're telling me that women are influenced or are very easily influenced,
right?
And music is the thing that influences people,
right?
However, then you're gonna tell me that she can be a good woman listening to ratchet music
as long as she's not influenced.
How you? But music is influential.
It is, but you don't have to act on it. You don't have to act on it.
But that's the whole purpose of music is to influence you.
Not really. Sometimes music is just to enjoy.
No. Yeah. Music without lyrics, yes.
Correct.
But music with lyrics is designed for influence.
But
I've done music for a long time.
You do know that they make music without lyrics as well too.
Yeah, but most of these, but then it can't be ratchet music. Because then it's just
a ratchet music because we know the words are still there.
No, then it's just a beat though. Go ahead, Dwayne.
You're right.
So speaking of that, I'm glad we touched this.
Yeah.
I'm glad we touched this because I saw something that touched my heart in not so good of a way. So you know that red chick, right? That song, When You See Me Something, What's Up? And then followed by that other little screech sound that she make, whatever it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a young lady, I saw this little video where it's a teacher and she was breaking down because she was like, man, I can't believe what they're teaching our kids. So there's some teachers using the influence of that song in order to get their kids' attention. So, in some schools, if you hear me clap twice, or if you hear me clap, or whatever they do, right, to get their attention. So the teachers will say, if you see me in the club or whatever it is that she says, and then the kids will respond with that. the kids will then respond with that ski whatever.
Yeah.
Says right. So from that standpoint, like music is very, very influential. And I'll go back to Don't Let the Devil Use You, right? Lil Nas started out making music for kids. A lot of kids was listening to his music, right?
Right.
Next thing, what was he doing? Lap dancing on the devil, right? And then even the whole Old Town Road or whatever, that song's not for children, right? That song's not for children, but it's marketed for children. And Billie Eilish, she started off marketing to children. Next thing you know, she turned gothic and all this other stuff. So I believe that it's a way in order to be influential. So I find it a little tough. And there are some people that do get in trouble, like in the church scene, because they twerk it. Their wives got caught twerking, or in that nature, right? So it's like there's certain things that you can't do in public, and I do believe music is influential, and it can get inside you, because that's the job of the devil to influence.
That's how we built, man. We built to
Rhythm.
enjoy music. You know what I'm saying? It's in our DNA.
Where do you take control with music? Nah, the little red girl, no, she can't get played in my car. All this new age music, no sir, baby. I can go through my phone right now. You're gonna hear 90s, all of that.
So you playing Lil Kim and Foxy Brown?
Baby, not even them, cause baby, in fact, I don't need Fat saying some of that stuff. That is already bad. No, baby. Look here.
So who in the 90s you talking?
We talking about maybe some Park, maybe some Jodeci, some love music.
Jodeci?
Look, them kids be sleep. Look,
genuine.
Man.
And this why you can't let them influence you.
You're not talking about the kids though, like Jodeci.
They ain't influence. Mama's influence, but mother's driving, so there's no influence because we're going home. I don't listen to that.
90s music got a lot of people caught up, man.
I can't stand it. I'm sorry. I'll listen to 90s before I listen to this garbage. See, 90s, it was more hidden. Now it's just my Beho Brown and it's child.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, it was not hidden.
I think about
if you go listen to the lyrics, they were not hidden.
Hey, no.
You got me fiending. You got me fiending. Baby, I'm begging. Like what is the hidden in that?
I don't forget about Uncle Luke.
About nothing was brown or anything.
Uncle Luke. Come on,
I came up on Luke.
No.
Hey.
Uncle Luke for sure.
The dog
pound.
It ain't no fun if my homies can't
have none. Luke.
Hey, I thought Room 12. My bad. Actually,
no, you good.
No, I thought Room 12 was talking about ice cream, cookies and cream. I was in the Dodge Caravan talking about some cookies and cream.
Oh man,
it was like I said, it was hidden. It was not like this ratchet and die.
It was not hidden. Is what I'm saying. We like to say that as an older generation, but it wasn't hidden. I mean, me and Mrs. Jones got a thing going on. Like that. What you mean?
Mrs. Jones ain't your wife.
Ain't your wife at all. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. You know what I'm saying? That like. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
That's right.
Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
That's right.
Okay, maybe he was buying houses.
Hey, wait.
No, that wasn't what it was. It was the
let's just recognize
September.
Let's just recognize that you're not influencing us right now. You're not influencing.
When I get on here, 9.9% of the time, I am wrong. Don't I always say that? So this is one of that. 99.9%, I'm wrong, but I don't listen to that helpful. I'm sorry, that's a no-go.
I'm gonna tell y'all, you can listen to whatever you want to, but the statement cannot be that music is not influential because we decide on what we listen to based on our mood, or we listen to some type of music to get us in a particular mood. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes that's about to do a drive-by and ain't finna listen to no Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? And if you're finna make love, you're not finna listen to no NWA. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense.
But if you're gonna clean your house, you're gonna put on some Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know what I'm saying? Put on some September. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's how I know. Like I'll put on reasonable doubt. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like that's what that's cleaning music to me.
I'm done.
Humble Dad,
I'm done.
I think I know what the problem and the difference is. The difference is when we came up, man, our music had to be played by the artists themselves. And
Maybe
you know,
so.
we kind of specialize, and now everything is mechanical and digital. And most of these artists are not even artists; they're just puppets, and just say, "Hey, I need you to rap to this beat." You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you had to, you know, play your own instrument. You had to write your own song. Look at Prince. Prince played every single instrument there was to know.
That's
His
crazy.
music was the bomb. He even got stuff that he ain't even came out with yet. He's been long gone.
Yeah.
So it's a different era, man. People actually put their heart and soul into their music, and they actually had to play an instrument. So I think that's probably the difference. You know, our music is digital these days, but back in the day it was analog. It was warm, you could feel it. But now it's just like whatever. You can put whatever lyric in as long as it's got a beat to it. And like Dwayne said, they slide whatever lyric they want to slide on up in there. So, you know, people are dancing to the beat necessarily to the message, but sometimes the message is slipped in through the back door.
Oh, it's always slipped in through the back door. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's the whole thing currently that D1 is preaching. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know who D1 is, he's a Christian rapper that has just recently made the billboards, and he got into it with who was it? Rick Ross. You know, he was challenging them on like the lyrics that they had. He did get into it with Craig, but even bigger than that was Rick Ross and Meek Mills and Jim Jones. And he was talking to them about, listen, man, the music that you all are currently putting out is influential to these young dudes. And so they were so bothered by his statement that they made a statement back to him. Jim Jones put out something like a hit, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Said, hey, you don't talk about me because you don't know if my cousin may take it differently. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Rick Ross who made a TikTok or a real video talking about, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You need what he say? You clout chasing or whatnot. Because he don't even know nothing about D1. He just knows that D1 is dangerous because you only respond to people that you think are influential to the people that you're trying to reach. So that lets you know that they know that their music is influential and they don't want nobody in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? But I transitioned. No, not really. It's kind of connected, right? It's kind of connected. We're talking about influence. You talk, and you're saying, and we were saying that men are more influential than women. We're saying that men control the needle, if you will. And so if that's the case, I'm gonna keep it simple. Men should only go on Dutch dates. What do you think about that? Men should only go on Dutch dates because the reason why I say this is what's going on right now in the modern era is that women are using men, not all, some women are using men to go out on dates just for the pure gratification of having a free meal, right? But if men are the ones that are influencing, they can determine how that date goes. So what's your thoughts on men should go only on Dutch dates? This is us talking about men boycotting this, where we transitioning to. Okay. So men should, I'm saying men should boycott paying for dates. Right? That's my thought, but I'm not saying I'm right. That's the conversation. Anybody want to go first on it?
I'll go first. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Why not go Dutch? You don't know her. You don't even know if you're gonna like her by the end of the day. This heifer just may be hungry. You may be the food guy in the phone. Now, I'm not hating, but why this is my thing. Y'all know I said this about the Cheesecake Factory. If she's so high class, when was the last time she took herself? If she done been to this restaurant, that means there's something at this restaurant she don't like. Don't let her be influenced by social media just because somebody else done went there. Ask her what she like on the menu. What was her favorite thing? Because if you ask me, when I got the money, Ocean Air is me and my kid favorite place. And I'm finna go in there and I'm finna sit down and we finna order them little shrimp that come on the plate. Then next, I'm finna get that lobster and grits. Cause baby, that lobster and grits hits. When I say it never missed every time I've been there, it's every time I've been there, it hits. Yes, I'm advertising for Ocean Air and I will be back in the beginning of the year. Baby, if she been there, she could tell you just like that what's good on the menu. She could tell you if you go get that blackened what is that, Black and Mohican or something like that. That drink is a dark liquor. It just ain't for me. I need something a little chill. You know what I'm saying? Ask if she been there. Why? To me, I just feel like you putting all this investment, and by the end of the day, this help would probably been a call Paul or what y'all call him. What's the hood name? Little Pee Wee to come knock her down. She just ate off your pocket, or you just paid something for her, and Pee Wee finna come over there, or Pee Wee already at the house laid up. He just waiting for you to bring her back. Cause she
Sound like
full.
simp action.
I'm just saying, you know, or she ordered all this food, right? Remember you seen the girl that ordered all them doggone clams or whatever she had, them oysters. My bad, oysters. What if she taking some of them back for the kids, or what if she taking some of them back to the nigga in the house? Excuse me, to the guy in the house. Okay, what if she
The
taking it
man
back?
in the chair,
I'm just saying.
like Spider-Man. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I definitely had that. I definitely was that guy once upon a time.
I
I
mean,
think we all
That,
were that guy
well,
once
no,
upon a
that
time. To be honest,
I mean that I asked the girl that I was, just knocking down, and then she
Yeah.
told me she was going on a date. I said, "Hey, bring me back something." Like she did. So, but uh, I'll say it like this, man. It's not that we have to boycott paying for dates. If you're just trying to pay for something, you're trying to get away with something anyway. You're being sneaky, I think. You know what I'm saying? It because you're skipping the step of building the emotional intimacy there. You know what I'm saying? You should know somebody likes you based on the conversations, the phone, talking on the phone. I don't want to hang up. You hang up first. You know what I'm saying? Like this, a connection should be established before y'all go out on a date or before you're spending money. You know what I'm saying? So if you're just like, hey, I'm gonna take you out, you're trying to skip the connection building process. You know what I'm saying? So you're being sneaky anyway. So, like, even when you do pay for a date and it's early and that connection's not, you kind of feel guilty. Like, and I don't even know this girl like that. I shouldn't be paying for this date. I shouldn't even ask her out because we haven't even connected like that anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Like there should be a rock solid, like, I know this person likes me and blah 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 blah. Good morning text should have been back and forth. Like I said, hey, how's your day going? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there should have been a process before the first date happened. So you're trying to skip steps and you're trying to pay your way into the draws essentially, and you know you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying you gotta not pay on a date or you should boycott paying on a date, but stop trying to skip the process, build the connection before you take them out. Like, do it right. So that's how I'm gonna let it.
That's what's up, bro. That's good stuff. Anybody else? What you got? Men should only go on Dutch dates.
Yeah, let me jump in on this.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I'm not well traveled, so it took me a while to know what Dutch dating meant.
Take your time.
Yo, can we just define what Dutch date is, just so
Oh,
we all
he
on the same page?
did. Where you're not paying, you're not footing the bill. You paying for yours and not theirs.
Okay, got it.
All right. So I wanted to ask Lost in Translation because he said he's been to a couple of casinos in his time. What's free at a casino?
Alcohol.
I wonder why.
So you can lose control.
I wonder why. Okay.
Yeah. So they can take your money and shake you upside down and empty your pockets.
I wonder why.
Because they in business of taking your money. That's why.
Yeah, I was wondering why I don't go to those daggone things called casinos. I don't go unless I know I'm going guaranteed win. And
you will if you don't drink. And if you play roulette.
See, I'm not that well studied. But I'll say this. Just like what your prototype was saying, it's a part of the vetting process, right? And I think from a man's standpoint, I felt bad asking somebody out on a date and not paying. I just felt bad. About that. And I didn't look at it as an investment. I looked at it as a gamble. I looked at it as a straight up gamble. I wasn't set to win anything. There's some people out here that they go and they spend their money knowing it's a gamble, and they upset when they don't win. They're upset when they don't win. So for me, it's like I want to make sure that my purpose, like what we were talking about earlier, like as for I'm going to succeed at what my goal is. And my goal wasn't to get them draws. I'll put it like that, right? So in that, it was more of a relationship building. So I was willing to pay for that. I was willing to pay for that. I was willing to invest in that. So I think as for going Dutch, like I think that's just a man thing to do. It's a providing thing to do, right? And there are women out here that are going to take advantage of that. And I think it's the man's responsibility of just being wise in his selection, his vetting process. Don't go with somebody who's just going with you just to take your money and just take what you have without giving nothing in return. You're looking for something in return. There are people out here that do escort service, right? What's their role? They just want that companionship. No, yeah, you doing that, right? You doing that. That's the extra escort. that's the BET after hours escort.
Tip drill.
I'm talking about those people that are willing to pay for companionship. Okay, but in that I look at it like as an investment. So you're investing in the courting process, and a part of that you got to spend money. That's my perspective.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that at all. I most certainly think it's an investment, especially if you're trying to understand who this woman is. You see her as a potential mate. Especially, the cliche saying is it ain't tricking if you got it. You know what I'm saying? So you could do away with the whole idea that you simping. You know what I'm saying? Especially when your mindset is, hey, I just want to understand, get to know this young woman, and see where it takes me, right? Or see where it takes us. On the flip side, I also think that it's cool to go Dutch because then you get to understand the psychology of the woman that you're taking out, right? Or that you're going out with, rather. If she trips on you because you ain't paying for it, and this is the first date, that should be a red flag for you. You know what I'm saying? If she don't trip, right, then hey, she might be the one. You feel me? It really just depends on, what your psychology is, what her psychology is, what the understanding of it all is, and y'all just go from there. But I don't think the expectation nowadays needs to be, hey, yo, this man needs to pay for everything. Because at the end of the day, like Ash said, she could be kicking the boots with another cat after y'all go on y'all little date. And you don't spent your hard-earned money on this chick, and it's like, yo, now you simping. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she ain't giving you the drive. So yeah, man.
That's hilarious. Who else wants to go on new?
I guess I'm left.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Here's my thing. I'm not taking nobody nowhere. Period. And I'm gonna tell you why. Nowhere. I'm gonna tell you why. I gotta know who I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I gotta know who I'm dealing with. And my thing is if you haven't reciprocated in about 6 months, then I don't want to have nothing to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you can do little small things. Now? Yeah. I sweat them out, man. Because people can put you on that 90-day probation. Well, guess what? 180 for me. I'm going to see what you're made out of. I'm going to see how you handle adversity. I'm going to see how you handle disappointment. And most importantly, I'm going to see how you handle no. You know what I mean? I tell anybody, you don't know what kind of woman you got until you tell her no. You know what I'm saying? You need to make sure that she can handle your no's, because as a leader, you're going to eventually have to tell her no. No, honey, you cannot spend this amount of money. We got this plan going forward. This, you know what I'm saying? And another friend of mine asked me if she's watching right now, and she'll tell you, she asked me what kind of woman I like. I said, obedient. I like obedient women, because I can't do anything with anybody who doesn't stay on my page. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we have an understanding on where we're going in this relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what we said we agreed we're going to do. And I need to be in a relationship with somebody who's going to stick to it as well. I'm not going to change my mind. If we agreed upon this, we're going to hold each other accountable. I'm not going to spend no unnecessary money, and neither are you. And the reason why is because we agreed upon this. So as far as me spending money on folks and taking folks on dates, I don't do that. You know, you have to earn my time. You have to earn my money. You have to earn my wisdom. You got to earn my trust. You see what I'm saying? I don't willingly give my time to anybody because it's precious. You see what I'm saying? If you see me anywhere, it's because that person they have honored me in such a way that they value my time. So if anybody's around here trying to get a free meal and all this other stuff, baby, go ahead and play with somebody else. I ain't the one to play with. It's like I told Humble Dad in the beginning, I don't have to cheat you to beat you. You know what I'm saying? I just got to outlast you. And that's it. So I'm not taking people out on dates because it's pointless. You know, I might take myself out just to see what's going on. And eventually, if I do decide to take somebody, I got, you know, a repertoire arsenal of different places I like to go. You know what I mean? But outside of that, I'm not taking nobody out on no dates, especially not none of my good places. Because I'm not going to have somebody who I just barely met, you know, showing up somewhere. I got my main chick, you know what I'm saying? My lady with me to show up somewhere else. I'm not finna do that because I'm not finna put my main lady in no quandary with no side chicks, with somebody who I didn't even vet worth a dozen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not taking nobody out on no dates. You know, I need to see some type of reciprocity. And dates are not investments. Anything that does not make you money is not an investment. I think me and Humble Dad, we talked about that earlier. You see what I'm saying? So dating is not an investment. You know what I mean? And vetting women, you know, to be your wife or whatever, that's still not an investment. You know, my thing is this: an investment is somebody who performs to a certain level. You know what I mean? Are you kind? Do you think about me and what I go through? You see what I'm saying? Because I'm that type of person. I'm going to ask you how you doing. Is there anything that you need? Those are the things I want to see reciprocated before I start throwing my money willy-nilly, because I could put it somewhere else to work, in the stock market, somewhere else that's going to make me actual money. That's an actual investment. So if you take funds away from what I'm trying to do to build for the future, then that's not an investment. We have to look at dating as it's in its proper form. Now, if you do decide to get with somebody, I think men should take care of the whole bill, because that is now your responsibility. You've already done the vetting. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, that person will reciprocate at some point in time. You should not be in a relationship with somebody who cannot reciprocate. They can't buy you nice things, just like you buy them nice things. You see what I'm saying? Y'all ever seen those commercials where the dad wakes up and all of a sudden there's a Mercedes truck in the snow in the driveway? You know what I mean? I've seen women wake up and their husband has a brand new truck in the driveway. Fellas, you're cheating yourself if you don't wait long enough to get you a wife who can buy you the same thing that you can buy her. It's all about reciprocity. You know what I mean? If she can buy you a truck, that means she's industrious. You know what I mean? She's one of those Proverb 31s women. She's good with her money. You know what I'm saying? She goes out and she buys things according to her husband. You know what I mean? In his heart, does he safely trust? Those are some of the things that we have to use as our measuring sticks versus whether or not, you know, she's going to take me for some cheddar biscuits. You know, we got to make sure that we put our thinking caps on when we vetting people. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of young guys don't understand that. But as we stay on these YouTube streets long enough, they're going to listen long enough. They're going to hear these guys know what the devil they talking about. You know what I mean? They can put that to work, and it'll better help them to let them know, stop taking folks out on dates, man, until you actually know who you're dealing with. And then when you do, make sure you handle business as a man should.
That's what's up. That's a good take. I was going to say, though, my pushback is that every time you invest money don't mean you're going to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can lose money.
That's right.
So that's why I would say that the vetting part is an investment, because you want to make sure that you have a knowledgeable risk. You know what I'm saying? That yes, anytime you are going to commit yourself into a relationship, it is a risk, right? Because you don't have a clue what it looks like 20, 25 years from now. You can only say, this is what I have, this is what I understand about me, and this is what I'm looking for now. And that's why it's important as men to be able to see 20 years down the road of what it is that they want. I think Prototype had said it a couple of weeks ago. It was really good when he was talking about you being a man being a business, but also he said that that my wife is not my wife today. You know what I'm saying? It's a process it's a long game. you know, referring to that I got to be able to see that who I'm marrying today is going to be different in the next 20 years, but I like what that different look like. You know what I'm saying? Is that fair to say, Prototype?
I'll let you go with it.
Oh, okay, bet. He ain't listening. All right.
Yeah, he was saying that she's
I got like 6 screens.
He's not.
I'm like looking at all the screens.
He said that she's becoming his wife more and more every day. That's what he said. I'll be paying attention, man. I'll be paying attention.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Prototype didn't even remember what he said. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was gonna let you have it. You know what I mean? Let your little monologue go. But now I got a lot of screens, so like I'm moving everything around.
Listen, I have no issues. I'm just messing with you. Dwayne, what you want to say?
Oh no, I was just wondering if he was feeling well. He should have just came up and shut up. I disagree.
You know what? He hasn't did that tonight. I'm surprised too.
He did disagree. He told Tyson he hung around a lot of women.
Yes, he did. You had to say that again.
Hey, yo, I ain't want to correct him. You know what I'm saying? But let the truth stand. I ain't in my early 20s, late 20s, early 30s. No, that life is over. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta say it. When I'm on here, baby, we don't do all that. I gotta say this for the women in the 2023. If them heifers can't get a proper understanding, them heifers need not to be listening because we not talking.
That's 100. I try to be gentle.
Wrong people like myself that done messed up, but yet we want to marry, but we want to do it correctly. We want to date correctly now. See, you can't reach everybody because that's the problem. Everybody trying to date everybody, and now you got these chicken heads running around here. They ain't never been nowhere in my place. When I'm trying to eat. No, true story. I was at Ocean Air without the kids. So that means I can spend $100 on myself. I ain't got to share nothing that's finna touch this plate. I'm sitting over here by myself. I got my window seat because I want to look out the window, look at the people with the nice Louis Vuitton bags and all that, go in and out. That's what I'm doing. People watching. My normal. Dude come in with his chick. They ain't never been there before. I guess this was their first date, say. He looked. He said, oh, hell no. I don't think you finna eat here. He said, we got to go. Don't worry about it. Don't bring us nothing to drink. And they left. I said, excuse me, can you bring me another one of these, please? I need another drink. My kids is not here. I'm ready to act up. Like, that's why I said, why take somebody somewhere where they never been and you get shocked with prices that you ain't ready to pay? That's my only thing is why I'm glad I don't have a son, is that when you've been somewhere, be able to say what you like, because it's not a thing that you don't want to go to an expensive restaurant just to be going. It's like the experience. Like I took my mom to Ocean Air for Mother's Day. They had the jazz music going. And it was a whole little nice little vibe. You got the one lady for the water, the one lady for the bread, and the other lady just your waitress. It's a whole different type of vibe, and she was loving it. I guess I got to take her back now that I done said it. I'll work it out some way. But I'm just saying, like, if you've been somewhere, it's nice to take somebody that you do like, that you do want to get to know, to put them in that atmosphere so they can see what you actually like. Not just say, oh, I seen this place on Instagram, let's go. That's something you do with your girls. You get what I'm saying? That's something you can experience like that. But like if you're dating and it's like a couple dates down the line, y'all really vibing, and you don't mind spending that kind of money, then go out and experience the restaurants like that. I don't think right off a man should be spending $150, $200 on the first date. Like, when did we get so uppity to where the Cheesecake Factory, Red Lobster, Cheddar's, where do we get so uppity to where those places is not negotiable? Baby, I will go there with my hunger and we will sit down and we finna order up some food. We used to do this every Sunday just because this was our Sunday ritual. You know, we go out, get ready for the week because we both finna work. You get what I'm saying? But we done got these women that ain't never been nowhere, ain't never had nothing, done mess with the scale. You trying to jump. No, baby, you need to go get that little appetizer. Get the 2 for $20. You need to understand where you're trying to go. Or you can just go to McDonald's, eat off the dollar menu instead of my place.
What you do, Ashley, is you take them to the fair, because that's where you're gonna be taking your kids when they're little. You didn't see how she can handle a corn dog and a funnel cake. That's what you do. If you can handle the corn dog
I
and a
know y'all
funnel
see this
cake.
good. I know
You know
y'all
what I'm
see this
saying?
good
You
tonight.
can hang out with me because think about it, the majority of your life
We finna
is
eat.
not gonna be at Roof Chris. It's gonna be at the park, the baseball park, places like that. How can you handle a slushy? Basic stuff like that. You know what I mean? Quality time. You know what I'm saying? You got to know your way around a funnel cake and a hot and one of those hot dogs, one of those corn dogs. You know what I'm saying? If you buck to
Dwayne
that,
is disagreeing with you, bro.
then I know you ain't
He
you ain't
disagreed
for
with me
that.
too.
But think about it. The majority of your relationship is going to be a regular day. You need to see how they handle regular. Anybody can handle a special occasion. We can go to Roof Chris on anniversaries or whatever. I'm going to see how you handle it. If you use your salad fork instead of your dinner fork, I'm going to make sure you know how to handle yourself at the mayor's ball, like Prototype would say. I'm going to put you in different environments to see how you act. And the fair is fair game because as a father, I want to be able to take my kids to the baseball games, to the football games, to the fair. You know what I'm saying? Those are where we're going to spend the majority of time of our life. And for those special occasions, yes, we'll go to Disneyland and all that other stuff. But before we get there, I need to know you can handle the simple things before we give you the good things.
What's wrong with your chest, Dwayne? You have no heart attack?
Hold on, because I'm hurting because
What?
y'all done said basic, y'all done said simple. Right now I'm identifying as a bad B, okay? All right.
Oh,
Yeah, I need to be flown out. All right. Y'all, these simple things, Applebee's? No, I need to be flown out, all right, on a private jet somewhere. Come on, y'all tripping.
oh, so you need 100,000. What did you say?
Shit,
100,000
up front before I go nowhere.
This
Before
dude is
I go
stupid.
nowhere.
baby. You finna be dusty and with cobwebs. Ain't nobody
Fly,
finna fly you, right?
fly me
You
out.
finna be
I
dusty.
wish you well. Godspeed.
No, I'm identifying as a
in
bad B,
your
okay?
in your tricking
I'm not
endeavors.
justifying as a bad beat. What video you done watch, bro?
This is
Do
what
it.
Tyson said earlier. This 2023, okay?
BBLs for everybody, huh?
Hey, this has been good. Hey, I didn't get all of my questions. I wanted to. We'll get to it next week probably. Why should guys boycott the yams? We was gonna get to that one. Why?
Oh, I
That
can't
was gonna
wait
be
for
a
that
shout out.
one.
We
Try to be a
not
speech while we
boycotting
at
no
it.
yams.
Listen, why should guys say why should guys boycott the yams? We're gonna talk about that next week, bro. Just have your answers together and you know what I'm saying, and be ready. You saying you not, but the question is why you should.
They
Is what
not.
we talking about.
But they not.
You already
You
said
saying
that.
it's non-negotiable, so
No, I'm just
Well,
saying that guys got
well,
Now
low
we talking
the
about
value
men
big
are
and
the
they're not
influencers.
boycotting yams.
But we said the men are most influential though.
Guys got low
yeah.
value, but
Listen,
not
we'll talk about it
boycotting
another
yams.
day. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
We
it's
talking
been
about
dope.
sweet potatoes or we talking about yams?
Or
yeah.
Are you for
marshmallows or
real?
no marshmallows.
It depends. The way that you say it depends. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
With the marshmallows.
Y'all crazy.
Mm.
That's
Oh,
what's
he
up.
got the bad energy now. He got the bad B energy now. He needs the marshmallows.
Oh yeah, Dwayne got that bad beat energy. Hey, this has been dope as usual. Hey, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Check out Ash. Where can they find you?
360.Diva. I also got my new project I'm working on is Uncensored Mom. I
Ooh.
I have it linked. It's
Is that when you're gonna be on the bus?
I'm doing my walk. I'm back to doing my walk and doing a little talking like I used to do back 2019 before the pandemic hit, before I gained my baby back with no baby.
I got you. Tyson, appreciate you coming on, man. Where can they find you?
Yeah, man. I enjoyed myself. Instagram GQ_DNA. Yeah, holla at me, man. I'm all about the fashion.
That's what's up. Hey, Lost in Translation.
You can find me here on YouTube on the Lost in Translation podcast, also on the Black Man Unfiltered Network every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Just about. And also you can find me on Instagram, Lost in Translation _ between each word. Thank you.
That's what's up. Prototype.
Man, you
And
can
all
find
his
me
6
on
screens.
Wait, over here. Nah, you can find me on Prototype Kingdom, man. Shoot, we're gonna try to gear up and start going every week, man. This week, we got something special. We're gonna start doing movie reviews. This week we're doing Leaving the World Behind, a Netflix special. So
Oh yeah, we
yeah,
were just watching that.
Yeah, we're gonna leave a good review
was
on that. No,
good.
not a. We'll leave our review on it and let you know what we think. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Say, what happened to you doing that interviewing dads? I seen that one clip. Did you stop doing that when you went out in the streets and talking to dads?
No, it ain't stop. It's cold. It's cold outside right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Come spring, I'll probably do another one, pop up. So
okay. That's a bet. Dwayne.
You can find me Monday nights here with HD and the fabulous panel. He always does a good job organizing it, facilitating it. I love the message. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. You could also find me at DwayneJonesPhotography.com.
That's the bet. And you can also check out humbledad.life. Got merchandise and things of that nature. And as usual, man, we here Monday nights at 9. Let people know about it because we're about to take over. Until next time, we out here. Deuces.
The boy is dangerous.
Bad feeling about this.
You don't seem to understand something.
The thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world.